And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. Okay, let's exit out now. I'm going to select this navigator here, and we also need to link that straight to the database. Look at the data source of the navigator, select that and select data source 1. And I believe the other 3 components here, they are not linked as well. So let's link them up. Select it all, and you see where we have data source. I'm going to select data source 1 as well. Now select each of those components, the tags, and you see where we have data field. I'm going to select tags there. Now subtotal, click on that. Let's look for subtotal. There we go. And total, let's look for the total as well, right there. Okay, now every single component here is officially linked. Now let me go back in here. You see right here where I'm talking of the stock control, this very area, I'm going to add a table in there. So let's just look for a table. The table that I'm looking for is known as TDB grills. There we go. Grab hold of that and just paste it right in here. Okay, now I'm just going to extend it to cover the whole interface of this tab right there and bring it down. Now let's come straight to the data source while this grid is selected. There we go, that's the data source. Click in there and select data source 1 there. If you notice, I only have the very first column here, and let's scroll down. I just want to see the width of that column. Look at it, it's 1313 just for this very column there. But that's no problem. The easiest way out is right click on the grid itself and let's select column editor. Once you select the column editor, you see right here we have add all fields. Select it all, and now I'm going to select all of the fields. Just bring it down. I'm going to select it all. Hold on to the shift key, select it all. Now let's come right here. You see here, I'm just going to change that to about, let's go for 80. Press enter. There we go. Look at it, every single column is now displayed. So I can now close this. So let's save that and run it and see how that's going to look like. Click on run. And right there, guys, that is my table right there. Okay. Alright, that's good. Now let's take care of this. Exit out. I'm going to come back in here. Let's take care of the exit button. This very one. Double click on the exit button. Right in there, I want to be able to exit out using message prompt. So I'm going to start by saying integer I exit, and my I exit is going to be equals message dig. So that is going to be post, and what I want it to post, I'm going to call it, let's say confirm if you want to exit. Alright, so come out of it, enter a comma. Now I'm going to say empty confirm, no empty confirmation. Add another comma, and I'm going to enter MB yes. Let's do that underneath here. Press enter. MB yes, that's one of the conditions. Yes, no, yes or no, comma, and I want it in the following coordinate. Let's make that about 400 by 400 where it's going to appear, comma, MB Yes, MB yes is the expected selection. Okay, enter semicolon. Now that that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use an if statement. If I exit, if it's equals ID yes, then all I just want the system to do is just to close, enter parentheses, and there. Okay, that is it all done, but I seems to have an error here. Okay, that's meant to be L, is not I, sorry. Lowercase l, that is it right there. Message DLG post. Okay, I'm going to save that. And let's click on run. Just see how that's going to look like. There we go, look at that. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. So that is brilliant. That works as we want. Now the next thing I'm going to do, right here, right underneath T form and pointer to form 1, I'm going to declare the following arrays. So right underneath here, let's declare a global array. It's going to be a double, and I'll just call it product. Why not? Product, and give it maybe about 8. If I need more, I will go for more. So that is my array declared in there. Okay, my array is taken care of. Now let's go back to my design here. You see right inside the design, every single one of these combo box that I have in here, when I run the system, I want them to display list. So to do that, I'm going to double click on the form, load inside the form load itself, and that is the form load. Void fast call form create is called. So the very first one is going to be for the, I think it's called DBC product ID. Then I'm going to point that to items, then point, it's actually to point again to add, and the very first content I would like it to add is, I'm going to say select product ID. Close that up. There we go. That's my very first one. So I need 6 orders. There we go. Now here that's going to be, let's go for PID 036. There's a 6501. Now the rest will be 02 and so on. So copy that, paste that in there. That is 2. This will be 3, 4, 5. There. So I've just assigned some values onto the combo box. I'm going to run it. Just want to see how that's going to look like. Let's come in here. Once the form loads up, those values should be displayed. There we go. There they are. So I can select whatever, and these values I'm also going to make reference to them. Now let's go in here and see the next one. The next one that we change. Okay, let's change this and this. This one is called order. Let's see, name. There we go, that's the name. And the other one is called customer, whatever. Okay, back in the codes. I think that's the code. Come right down here, paste, and just grab hold of all of these and paste that right here, and change this to select. That should be select order ID, something like that. Okay, let's change that to order ID. Alright, so select order ID, copy. I need about 5 as well. There we go. Now let's do one for customer. This one will be customer ID. Right, so let's enter the ID for order. Order ID, I'm going to make that ORD 09011. Let's start with that. Now copy and change the rest around. There, that'll be 2, 3. That's 4. And we need one more. That's 5. There we go. Now for the customer, so let's change this one to CUST. That's for customer. Copy this. 5 as well. Okay, so let's make up something for customer. I'm going to call that CID 120, maybe 701. So change the rest around as well. This is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have one for, I know this discount. That one will be, let's change this to discount. The discount, let's start with the first value of 0. And this is 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. There we go. Discount is taken care of. So that's 4 in total. Let's run it. I think there's about 3 more to take care of. Let's just see how this is going to look like. Alright, this is fine, and this is taken care of as well. This is taken care of. Discounts, that is fine. Now we need to take care of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, this one is going to be yes, no, whatever. Okay, let's come down here, exit out, back in here, paste, and that is going to be VAT. That's going to be yes or no. Yes, and the next one is going to be no. Then we have, let's say, over 60, over 65, no VAT. Alright, now what is, let's take care of sales. There's one supposed to be known as no sales. No sales is going to be on sale, and the next one will be no sale. Okay, we just have 2 conditions there. No sales. Okay, now we need to take care of, close this, paste. That will be account type. Okay, I think okay, that's correct. account type, so we can just enter select account type in there. Account type, and the account type can be as follows. So we can call this credit account, something like that. Debit account. And let's make up something, customers account and whatever. Yeah, customer account. Then we can call this commercial account, something like that. Right, so that is done, and we now need to look up method of payment. Paste, that will be pay method here, that will be the name, pay method. So pay method can be, let's say, change this one to payment method. So the payment method would be, let's say the first one can be cash. Next is going to be, let's say, Visa card, and maybe MasterCard, and debit card. Okay, let's say debit card here. Alright, I think I'm done with that. So every single combo box, have a good look at that inside the form load. Once the form load up, all of the following will be loaded onto the various combo box. Save and run. Let's see how that's going to look like. There we go, look at them. That's fine. Alright, looking good, guys. It's all working. That is good. And we can even navigate with the navigation bar now. Exit out. We now need to take care of one thing, the total. Because when we select new, add whatever, we should be able to click on the total to give us the tax, subtotal, and so on. So exit out. Yeah. And let's take care of the total now. Come right here. Oh, look at this action. Let's see action. I'm going to grab all of actions, double click on the form load before I take care of the total. Then underneath here, I'm going to say action, and there for the action, I'm going to enter default value in there. Let it point to text. Now just say the default value is going to be no update. When the form loads, it will say no update, and that is action. There. This is for the total. So if you guys want to see that, I'm going to double click on total. There we go. Right here inside the total, The very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare the following variables. So let's make that double. I tax, comma, and I, let's say discount. There we go. And if you guys can still recall, I did declare a global array. So I'm going to call product. So let's say product. The first one is 0, and that is going to be equals. We need to convert to string whatever we have inside the system. Convert string to floats. And what am I converting? I'm actually converting DBA number of order point to string. Close that. This should be a pointer. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Close that again. And why do we have this? Let's see. So let's change this to uppercase T. There we go. Okay, so I've got the first one. So whatever that is entered in here is stored right inside array number 1. Back to total. Now for array number 2, I'm going to copy this. Paste. So array 1, this one is 0. Array always start from 0. So the next one is going to be stock level. There, whatever we have inside stock level is stored inside product number 1. Now I want to assign all of this. So to do that, let's do one more thing. I'm going to declare another here. I'm going to call that C total, and I will now say C total is going to be equals product 1 subtract by product 2. Product 1 subtract by product 0, I mean. There we go. That's C total. Now that has to be stored inside the remainder. Okay, I'm now going to say string. I can just call that remainder. Let's say I remainder. That will be equals float to string, and what I will float into string? Total. There. We've just converted whatever we have inside C total to string. So I remainder will now be stored into this very component here, and it's called DBE remainder. So we just copy the name. So which means I subtract this from this, whatever is remainder is stored in here. So back into my total again, come right down here, paste that in there, and that is going to be text equals I remainder. There, semicolon. So if I run it now, I should be able to at least get a result for that. Let's see what's going to happen. Alright, so we need to subtract this from this. click on that. Let's see. Now back in here and see why. Okay, check this out. Look at this. I haven't changed that really, so that should be 0. Okay, let's try that one more time. Run. Hit and total. There we go. So that is working fine.